Police Academy remains one of the most beloved comedy franchises of the 1980s, remembered for its outrageous humor, unforgettable characters, and the unlikely band of misfits who somehow always saved the day. In this video, we'll revisit the iconic cast of Police Academy, revealing their real names, ages when they joined the series, and the unique journeys their lives took both on and off the screen. We'll also pay tribute to those we've lost, celebrating their unforgettable contributions to comedy history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Police Academy moments in the comments below. Let's go back to the pranks, the chaos, and the camaraderie that made this comedy classic a true fan favorite. George Gaynes was born on May 16, 1917, in Helsinki, Finland, and lived a life as layered as the characters he played. He was 67 when he stepped into the role of a bumbling yet endearing authority figure who never quite grasped the chaos around him, a performance that showcased his expert timing and subtle wit. Before his comedic fame, George's real life was filled with drama and courage. A World War II veteran fluent in multiple languages, he trained as an opera singer before finding steady work on Broadway and television. His career spanned decades, often portraying cultured, slightly aloof men with charm and grace. Off-camera, he was devoted to his wife, actress Aline Ann McCleary, and their two children. Though his later years were quieter, he remained a beloved figure in Hollywood, respected for his professionalism and gentle spirit. George Gaynes passed away on February 15, 2016, at the age of 98, leaving behind a body of work that proved humor and heart could go hand in hand. Bubba Smith was born on February 28, 1945, in Orange, Texas. Clan towered over both the football field and the screen with a presence that couldn't be ignored. He was 39 years old when he took on the role of a soft-spoken yet physically imposing figure whose strength was matched by surprising gentleness. Before acting, Bubba made his name in the NFL as a defensive end, earning Pro Bowl honors and a Super Bowl ring with the Baltimore Colts. Known for his power and discipline, he brought the same intensity to his second career in Hollywood. Though many saw him as a gentle giant, he was deeply thoughtful and careful about the roles he accepted, often turning down parts he felt reinforced negative stereotypes. Off-screen, he stayed active in charity work and remained proud of his athletic roots. On August 3, 2011, he passed away at 66 from heart disease, later linked to CTE. Bubba Smith's legacy endures as a rare blend of strength, humility, and quiet dignity both on the field and in film. David Graf was born on April 16, 1950, in Zanesville, Ohio, and carved out a place in pop culture history with his unforgettable energy and comedic flair. He was 34 when he portrayed an excitable, gun-loving officer whose over-the-top enthusiasm became a fan favorite. Behind the laughs was a classically trained actor with a deep love for the stage, holding a degree in theater from Ohio's Otterbein College, building a solid resume in television and film. Known among peers for his kindness, professionalism, and booming laugh, David brought sincerity to even the most exaggerated roles. He never sought the spotlight but took pride in his craft and the joy it brought others. Off-screen, he was a devoted husband and father, balancing family life with a steady stream of guest roles and voice work. On April 7, 2001, just days before his 51st birthday, he died suddenly of a heart attack. Though gone too soon, David Graf's legacy lives on through the laughter he gave and the heart he brought to every role. Marion Ramsey was born on May 10, 1947, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and brought a unique charm to every role she touched. She was 37 when she stepped into the spotlight as a soft-spoken officer whose meek voice hid surprising courage and heart, creating a character both hilarious and endearing. Trained in theater, Marion began her career on stage, including roles on Broadway and in musical productions that showcased her strong singing voice and comedic instincts. Off-screen, she was known for her warmth, generosity, and advocacy, especially in raising awareness for HIV/AIDS causes. While she became most recognized for her comedic roles, Marion's real-life presence was calm, grounded, and full of grace. She remained close with castmates and continued performing in film, television, and voice acting well into her later years. On January 7th, 2021, she passed away in Los Angeles at the age of 73. Her legacy is one of quiet strength, lasting friendships, and the gentle power of a woman who always made people smile. George R. Robertson was born on April 20th, 1933, in Brampton, Ontario, and carried himself with a quiet authority that translated seamlessly to screen. He was 51 when he took on the role of a stern, by the book official whose presence added weight and structure to the comedic chaos around him. A seasoned Canadian actor, George built a career rooted in discipline and craft, appearing in over 80 film and television productions. He was known not only for his commanding voice and sharp features, but also for his professionalism and calm demeanor behind the scenes. Outside of acting, he was deeply committed to humanitarian efforts, even receiving awards for his work with children and global causes. Though he rarely sought fame, his work left a clear mark on audiences and colleagues alike. On January 29, 2023, he passed away at the age of 89. George R. Robertson leaves behind a legacy of integrity, consistency, and a lifetime of characters that reminded us leadership doesn't need to shout, it simply needs to stand firm. Andrew Rubin was born on June 22, 1946, in New Bedford, Massachusetts, and brought a boyish charm and natural ease to every role he played. He was 38 when he appeared as a witty, laid-back recruit whose humor and likability made him an early standout. A graduate of the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, Andrew began his career in television during the 1970s, commanding roles in popular series where his timing and screen presence quietly shined. Though his time in the spotlight was relatively brief, he left a lasting impression with characters that felt real, never forced, always human. Off-screen, he was known for his thoughtful nature and deep appreciation for storytelling. He stepped away from acting later in life, choosing a quieter path focused on writing and personal fulfillment. On October 5, 2015, he passed away from lung cancer at the age of 69. While not a household name, Andrew Rubin's legacy remains in the warmth he brought to the screen and the subtle sincerity that defined his performances. Debralee Scott was born on April 2, 1953, in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and lit up screens with a bubbly spirit and unmistakable comedic timing. She was just 31 when she portrayed a sweet, slightly frazzled character whose charm and vulnerability made her instantly relatable. Before that, Debralee had already become a familiar face on television, appearing in popular sitcoms and game shows throughout the 1970s and early 80s. Her vivacious personality made her a favorite among audiences, while her off-screen warmth and sense of humor endeared her to friends and colleagues alike. Despite her light-hearted roles, Debralee faced deep personal loss, most notably the tragic death of her fiancé, a 9/11's first responder. After stepping away from Hollywood, she relocated to Florida, seeking a quieter life. On April 5, 2005, just days after her 52nd birthday, she passed away unexpectedly. Though her time was brief, Debralee Scott left behind a legacy of laughter, resilience, and a spirit that never failed to brighten the screen. Steve Guttenberg rose to fame with his natural charm, comic timing, and everyman appeal that made him a standout in 1980s Hollywood. He was 25 years old when he stepped into the role that would become one of his most recognizable. Born on August 24, 1958, he is now 66 years old. Before achieving mainstream popularity, he had already appeared in several film and TV roles, gradually building a reputation for being likable and relatable on screen. His easygoing energy and approachable style helped define a generation of comedies. Throughout the late 80s and early 90s, he remained a familiar face in family-friendly and ensemble films, often playing characters who balanced humor with heart. In later years, he continued to act, write, and produce, also dedicating time to philanthropic efforts and stage performances. Though his fame peaked during a specific era, his contributions to feel-good cinema left a lasting mark, and he remains a beloved figure for fans who grew up with his warm, comedic presence. Michael Winslow became a fan favorite thanks to his unmatched vocal talents and comedic energy, delivering a performance that was as inventive as it was unforgettable. He was 25 years old when he first took on the role that showcased his extraordinary ability to mimic sounds with his voice. Born on September 6, 1958, he is now 66 years old. With a background in stand-up comedy and sound imitation, he brought something entirely unique to the screen, blending physical comedy with surreal sound effects that captivated audiences of all ages. His role didn't just rely on dialogue. It was built on a remarkable skill set few could replicate. Beyond his breakout success, Winslow continued to perform around the world, often headlining comedy shows and live sound demonstration tours. He also lent his voice to cartoons, video games, and other creative projects. Known as the man of 10,000 sound effects, he remains a one-of-a-kind talent whose legacy is built on creativity, precision, and laughter. E.W. Bailey brought sharp wit, gruff authority, and impeccable comedic timing to his unforgettable role as a no-nonsense officer constantly at odds with the chaos around him. He was 39 years old when he first stepped into the character in 1984. Born on August 27, 1944, he is now 80 years old. Before this breakout performance, Bailey had already built a solid career in television and film, often cast as tough, sarcastic characters with a hidden layer of humor. His expressive face and commanding voice made him instantly recognizable, and he quickly became a reliable scene stealer in ensemble casts. Outside of acting, he has also been deeply involved in philanthropic work, notably serving as the executive director of the Sunshine Kids Foundation, which supports children with cancer. Over the decades, Bailey remained active in both drama and comedy, proving his range across genres. His lasting appeal lies in his ability to bring humanity and humor to even the most hard-edged roles. Cattrall brought sophistication, sharp wit, and striking screen presence to every role she took on, often portraying characters who blended confidence with complexity. She was 27 years old when she appeared in the 1984 film that gave her wider exposure to international audiences. Born on August 21, 1956, she is now 68 years old. With early training in classical theater and a background spanning both British and American productions, Cattrall steadily built a diverse career in film and television. Her elegance and fearless approach to bold roles made her stand out, especially in parts that challenged expectations of femininity and strength. Beyond the screen, she has returned to the stage multiple times and authored books focused on self-expression and empowerment. Known for her candid personality and commitment to meaningful work, she remains a respected figure in the industry. Her career reflects both resilience and reinvention, securing her place as a powerful and enduring voice in modern entertainment. Leslie Easterbrook stood out with her commanding presence, confident charm, and ability to balance beauty with strength in every scene she appeared in. She was 34 years old when she took on the role that made her a recognizable face to comedy fans worldwide. Born on July 29, 1949, she is now 75 years old. Before rising to fame, she worked steadily in television, often cast as strong, spirited women with a touch of humor. Her distinctive voice and striking looks helped her carve out a niche in both comedy and action, earning her a loyal fan base. Beyond her most iconic role, Easterbrook continued acting in film, television, and voice work, even stepping into horror and drama with equal skill. She also supported independent projects and appeared at fan conventions, staying connected with the audiences who admired her work. With a career marked by versatility and confidence, she remains a memorable figure in 80s pop culture and beyond. Donovan Scott brought warmth, wide-eyed innocence, and perfect comedic timing to his role, quickly becoming a lovable presence on screen. He was 36 years old when he appeared in the 1984 film that introduced his talent to a wider audience. Born on September 29, 1947, he is now 77 years old. With a background in theater and improvisational comedy, Scott had a natural gift for physical humor and heartfelt performances that made his characters both funny and endearing. Before his breakout role, he had already worked in a handful of films and TV shows, quietly building a career based on sincerity and likability. Afterward, he continued acting in both mainstream and independent projects and also turned to directing and teaching, sharing his passion for storytelling with a new generation. Known for his kind spirit and expressive face, Donovan Scott remains a beloved character actor whose charm and gentle humor left a lasting impression on audiences. Mahler brought a unique blend of awkward charm and nervous energy to his performances, making even the quietest scenes unexpectedly funny. He was 33 years old when he took on the role that earned him recognition among fans of offbeat comedy. Born on September 23, 1950, he is now 74 years old. Before stepping into the spotlight, Mahler honed his skills as a writer and performer on sketch comedy shows, showcasing a sharp sense of humor and timing. His characters often stood out for their quirky mannerisms and understated delivery, adding a memorable layer to ensemble casts. Outside of his best-known film work, he made guest appearances on popular television series and worked behind the scenes as a writer and producer. Though he kept a relatively low profile later in his career, Mahler's subtle yet effective comedic style earned him a dedicated following. His contributions may have been quiet, but they left a lasting impression in the world of character-driven comedy. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this look back at the cast of Police Academy and the incredible paths their lives and careers have taken since the sirens first sounded. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Police Academy moments in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and keep the spirit, the chaos, and the comedy of this unforgettable squad alive.